But you know. Hello.
Goodbye
Oh.
and the end.
Is this art?
Yeah. If you ask people who don't know what art is, then yeah, I'd say so.
Duggan, we're here.
Andrea, we are here.
I checked the mic. Don't worry.
We haven't.
We're using the right one.
We haven't set the time yet.
We haven't set the time yet because last time we set the time, it told us we could pick our favorite time.
Indeed.
So,
So, what's your favorite time, Andrea?
my favorite time is 10:38 p.m. because that's when I get to come home from work.
Interesting. I'm more of a 10 a.m. guy because it's late enough in the morning that I'm kind of over being tired, but I still got the rest of my day to get shit done.
That's fair. I just like coming home from work. However, we are playing the Stanley Parable. So I feel like I'd be remiss if I didn't say either 11:20 or, Fuck. Fuck.
Andrea, you fucked up the joke.
God
You fucked up the joke, Andrea.
Girl, help. Girl, help. I don't understand clocks. That's the right number, I think.
What is 4:27 p.m.?
That part doesn't matter, but 427 is us.
Oh my god.
Right now, it's 7:46. No, this isn't the right time. Aw. Another slider to find out. How accurate. It's off by about 3 hours.
Yeah, it's definitely
So,
definitely on the inaccurate side for sure.
Like
Yeah.
that?
There you go. It's in the right time zone. Sure. I'm sure it's not that picky.
I
Knowing
want
the Stanley
to tell
Parable,
the truth to the void.
you have already lied to them. You're just telling them. This slider isn't about that. It's about telling you how big of a lie did you tell. Having already admitted that you've lied.
If I'm here, that's like me saying it's that when it's 10
Knowing
a.m.,
the Stanley Parable, this is two branching paths that lead to the exact same outcome, and you're just fussing over which door to take.
Can I just say, regardless of the accuracy of the clock, I'm having a great time adjusting these settings. I feel like I'm learning more about you and you like things to be said. Thanks. It's good to collect data. Oh no.
I feel like this isn't the narrator. I feel like this is the dev. This is a different personality speaking to you.
Here's the thing. I feel like if it was the narrator, they would have at least thrown in a pinch of either more patronizing or slightly more rude language.
He's too nice to be the narrator.
Yes. Well, now we have to boot it up again.
Now there's more. Stanley Parable.
So we have a few agendas. Oh, I hate this hallway. Ew. But so there's a couple base game endings that I wanted to redo because I did them bad, which is an interesting statement to say in this game of all things.
Yeah.
And then I was just gonna run through some bucket endings because I assume we have a lot of those. The game is not making sound.
All right.
Good to catch that now.
That's fine. It's not like the audio has been particularly key up until this point.
It will be key in 5 seconds, though. So like I said, could we cut it now?
Yeah. Unfortunately, we are drawing all the noise now, but as long as nobody lights a match or sets anything on fire, we'll probably just mostly get game audio.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're gonna redo...
Mandy. Get out from under there. Go on. New puppy likes to hang out under the desk. Not into chewing wires just yet, but very much keen on random hair and garbage.
Aren't we all?
Oh.
Oh, you just doinked her!
She'll be fine. She's got a soft head.
She's got brain damage.
She already had brain damage. That's how she got to be what she is.
We don't need the intro. I know how this goes. Hello. Hello?
All of his
there you are.
Were gone. What could it mean?
God, that would be
Stanley
terrifying
decided to go to the meeting room.
if they just
Perhaps
plopped
he'd
you
simply
in
missed
a
the memo.
reset and there was just no narrator. I would hate that, actually.
I forget, what did the balloon say again?
Get well someday. Oh, I forgot I can play this game with one hand. Alright,
Bucket.
here's the bucket. We're ignoring the bucket for now.
We're not getting the bucket.
Nah. We're gonna redo our basic vanilla endings first. Also, just to double check, but as far as you're aware, we have gotten all of, like, the regular endings, right?
There might be like one or two, but I don't know which ones we've done and which ones we haven't.
Okay,
It'll
so-
take a while to look it up.
So worst case, we do a fourth stream and just clean up stream.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he
Oh,
entered
I
the
missed this
door on
place.
his
I'm gonna do
left.
cold feet first because it's faster.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Ah.
Yes, truly a room worth
Oh, good. His
admiring.
dialogue reset.
It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley
It
simply
is.
stood
It's a
here,
beautiful room.
drinking it all in.
I like this pillar. Can I say it's
Holding things up.
it like hasn't even been it's been like what, a week and a half since we last played this?
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room.
Listen.
A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Absolutely.
But eager to get back to business,
I missed this.
Stanley took the first open
This
door
is what
on
I was
his
gonna
left.
say.
No chewing.
Because it just fell off the radar for like a week, and then I remembered it existed, and I was like, like you know how when a dog plays with a toy, and it just goes absolutely fucking insane.
But like it's been in the room with a toy for like 4 hours,
Yeah.
and it's just randomly decided to start playing with it. It's like and notice it like, oh my god, that fucking toy is here.
Yeah, that's an accurate depiction of me over the past 3 days.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Alright, let's see if I can get this on my first try. Oh, there it goes. Oh. I guess I've just missed the rest of that dialogue forever now, huh? That's sad.
Oh, well, look who's got
Oh, there we
cold
go.
feet. Sorry to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming back. You'd best either get comfortable right here on this platform, or test your luck by jumping to the floor below. You know what? Looking at it now, it's not that far to the bottom floor. I bet you can make it.
Do you think it's funny that like this is the only pit where you die after just a one and done, right?
Come on. I'm sure you'll survive
Sure.
the jump. Don't tell me you're scared. That's not the Stanley.
Well, I mean,
I
every
know.
other pit
Do
we
it,
found.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Yeah.
I just find it funny that this is not nearly the longest jump we've done, but this is the one that kills us instantly. Swan dive off the boxes. I can't.
Whoops. Looks like I was wrong. How clumsy of me.
Also, sorry, can we hard cut contrast that against the ending that I don't like? The bad one for everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where it's like, wait, no, don't. That was a really bad relay of it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
All of his co-workers were
The
gone.
police
What
stopped
could it mean?
slowly and painfully killing
Stanley
yourself
decided
Yeah.
right in
to
front
go
of
to the
me.
meeting room. Perhaps he had
Ending.
simply
Yeah,
missed a
why do you
moment.
hate me being happy? It's like, I don't. It's just all the options I have. Alright, let's go.
When Stanley came to a set of 2
Let's
open
go be a
doors,
good boy,
he
kind
entered
of.
the door on his left.
Go back in the broom closet for a bit. That could be a whole thing.
Technically, you never got the actual
Yet
broom
there was not
closet.
a
You're
single
ending.
right.
person
You never
in
actually
there.
did follow it to
Feeling
the
a
end.
wave of disbelief,
Let me in.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Yeah, okay, in a minute.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Yep. Well, get comfy. I didn't even know you could crouch.
I did. I kept trying to sit on things, and this
There
was the
nothing
closest I could
here.
get.
No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
It's not empty. There's a bunch of cool shit in
Yeah.
here. Like a spanner.
It's a spanner in the works. Haha!
It was
We got
baffling
2
that
rolls of
Stanley
duct
was
tape.
still just sitting in the broom closet.
Was that staple
He
gun?
wasn't even doing
Looks
anything.
like it, yeah.
At least
Got
if there was
some,
something to interact with,
bins
he'd be
and,
justified in some way.
pliers.
As it is, he's literally just standing
Hello,
there.
everybody.
doing
My name is
sweet FA.
Markiplier.
Oh my god.
more pliers, some bins, and
Are you really still in the broom closet?
filter.
Standing around doing nothing? Why?
We're taking inventory.
Please offer me some
Exactly.
explanation here.
Do
I'm
that
genuinely
a little
confused.
You know, we're here trying to make sure we got all the important things.
Yeah, I know we usually try to be like louder than games, but
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
yeah, I know we usually try to talk over games, but I feel like this one you shouldn't.
No, this one definitely you wanna.
Maybe to you this is somehow
Play it
its
out.
own
Yeah.
branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this
I
concerning.
love the misspelled subtitles.
It's so good. Is that Hunter?
That sure is.
He's fine.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
I have a story about that line.
Yeah.
So, as this.
But that's also the line that made you leave last time.
Well, I've come to a very
It is.
definite conclusion about what's going on right now.
Alright, I'll tell
You're
when
dead.
we're not.
You got to this
In a
broom
dialogue
closet,
pit.
explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of
Looks
before
at
it
me.
begins to decompose.
You're nearby.
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby?
Hello.
The person at this computer is dead.
That's so
They
sad.
fall prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's
It was the
indicative of
asthma.
the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them.
Done and done. All right. Now I am the one
You could
playing.
just bring the mass over to your half. You don't have to lean over the entire thing.
Second player. It's good to have you
Hey, guess
on
what?
board. You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus?
Bindi?
Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Anything else? I think we're good. I think
Okay.
we're officially done.
We have a moment to breathe, so I can talk about my fun story.
Okay.
So that story was in the original Stanley Parable, not the broom closet ending, but it was in it.
Yeah.
And as discussed, the only interaction I had with the Stanley Parable before 2 weeks ago was, I still want to say Markiplier's playthrough from like 2013. Might not have been Markiplier, but I'm just hedging my bets on that. What are you looking for, champ?
No, I was looking for my pen cap. Anyway, keep going.
So among the things that stuck into my
Among Us?
among the things that stuck in my subconscious brain in the past decade whenever I think of the Stanley Parable, one thing is the two doors, which is fair, that's pretty iconic. But for some reason the other thing was that line of dialogue.
Yeah, it's like it's the shot of the two doors is pretty much symbolic of the entire point
Yeah.
of the game, really.
Yeah, but that's fair, but it's also just, for some reason, that one line was just so out of nowhere and so mean to me that it was just the thing I thought I carried with me since I was, like, 10.
And there you go.
Coming to a
Up we go.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his
we going
boss's
next?
office.
We're gonna turn on the mind control machine.
Oh yes.
Also,
Stepping into his
I
manager's
learned an
office,
achievement.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this.
I
What
learned an
dark
achievement
secret
and I
was being
learned
held
a
from him?
fun
What he
goofy
could
thing.
not have known
I've been
was that the
doing
keypad
learning.
behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret pin number.
That's a smooth crouch, also.
2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
You're right. There we go.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never
Playing the
possibly
demo might
know
also
that
be
the
an idea for
combination
another
was
day. I've seen little snippets of it,
2845.
and it seems pretty good.
E.
E.
2845.
Yeah. Got anything else for me?
Maybe we can get hammered on the boss's expensive booze.
Gulp, gulp, gulp.
Screen gets all blurry.
But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Hooray! 8. That was the password all along.
It just took a minute. Boop. There's another achievement for getting the good ending, and I think it's like under 4 minutes and 22 seconds. I don't know
Descending
how easy
deeper
that
into
would
the
be,
building,
but, you know.
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a
I'm not
stirring
gonna
of
get it.
emotion in
Not
his
now.
chest, as though he felt more
I'm too
free
busy
to think
wasting
for
time.
himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
But all the other questions will.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control
You got it,
Facility.
boss. Forgot how dark this room was.
Darkiplier?
Oh my god.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Why did Stanley think in the past tense in the present moment?
Wait, what was the line?
It said, what terrible secrets did this room
Now
hold?
the monitors jumped
Oh.
to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals
that was
reduced
me,
to
I think.
images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where
Yeah.
freedom meant
Nailed it.
nothing.
I'm a loser. Alright, now I believe if we wait, this gate should open.
You're crouching like you're gonna sneak up on it. It's like, I'm gonna get you.
Or maybe.
Just waiting for you to let your guard down.
Maybe it won't. Maybe it won't. Maybe I'm wrong about how things happen. Or is it this one? I don't know. I don't know anything.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
Yes.
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job?
Yes.
That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Uh-huh. Nothing? Oh.
Maybe you have to like pretend to get on the elevator and then like.
You gotta juke him. Eh. Eh. No!
No.
You're stuck.
He refused to believe
So if you
he couldn't
if you
accept
manage
it.
to slap
His
the
own
light button
life
again,
in
you just
someone
get
else's
some fun
control.
little disco lights and disco
Never.
music.
It was unthinkable.
It's very fun.
Wasn't it? Was it even
Well,
possible?
Gosh,
Had he truly
try it
spent
again.
his entire
Yeah.
life utterly blind to the world?
I mean, we're gonna be in this room at least what, like 3 more times while we're bucketing.
bucket.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Joke's on you, bitch. I understand the implications of my actions this time. Bam!
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Stop
After
me.
they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is
Stop
that
me.
what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are sent to
cute
explode,
in it, but it's not cute at all. It's
eliminating the
actually quite
entire
horrifying.
complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine.
get to pay attention
You
this
are the
time, 'cause
star.
now I know it's all
your
futile.
story now. Shape it to your heart's
Yay.
desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
Yeah.
A moment of solace before you're obliterated?
Uh-huh.
All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them.
Oh.
I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
Oh.
Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp.
Oh.
I have to say this, though. This version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
Uh-huh.
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
No.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
Oh.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
I would love to see a side-by-side comparison of how I played that out the first time versus now.
It's pretty similar, just quieter.
Quieter, pay attention here.
All of his
hey.
co-workers were gone.
Wait,
What could it
no.
mean?
Buckets in the next.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Hello,
Perhaps
friend.
he had simply missed a
Duncan,
memo.
what ending do
The
you want to do?
confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
What do you want to do with our new friend?
Stanley clutched the
We
bucket
could
tightly
always,
to
I
his
mean, I
chest
know there's no
and
more
entered
like
the door
endings
on
or
his
whatever,
left.
but we could try to see if we can get the light show to work.
Okay. I mean, we got bucket endings. So far, the only bucket endings we got are from killing ourselves and being sus.
Still no one was here.
Indeed.
Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
You and me, bucket.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket.
Oh no!
You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
No!
I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley.
Could be.
Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket.
I would never.
I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is
ever
putting
so
on your
cute.
shoulders right
It
now,
is.
but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is
Remember that
worse
time
than
I
I
died
had
in
imagined.
here?
And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship
dare
is
you.
purely superficial and convenient? That
It's
your
fighting
life is
words.
so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
I can't tell if it's funny or not because we've only carried the bucket out twice. For very short runs.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got you something which
Ooh.
I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go. There. Now it's
Hell
settled.
yeah!
No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning
I like the
supplies and their
funk.
relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
What's she doing?
I can't tell if she's trying to lay down or if she's trying
All
to
right,
shit.
I've got a second sticker back here,
I'm
and I'm going to
concerned that I
snap it
don't
on as
know
well
the
because
difference.
I think it's appropriate. You see,
Another sticker.
I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
There you go.
Hooray!
There you go.
You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
This game's good.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Anything else? Do you think this bucket's gonna have the stickers on it forever? Because I'm gonna be so happy if it does. Okay, I'll
Probably does.
Hello?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
I do like how literally every instance of dialogue has been changed to include the bucket.
Oh yeah. This game is all about attention to detail.
Hello?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. the bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection
No one
he
else can
shared with
have
the
it.
bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the pin number for the keypad was 2845.
I did it.
Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
I was gonna joke that the Stanley Parable is actually the story of a man slowly going insane, but we already went over that ending, didn't we?
Is the what now?
It's the story of a man who's slowly going insane, but I think we already did that
The
one,
elevator
actually.
raced
That is
down,
one of the endings. You're not
plummeting
wrong.
towards an unknown fate.
I believe in my head
It would
I was
be
trying to
all
list
Stanley
all the
could
ones
do
that
to
we
keep
got
himself together, if
internally.
not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him,
And in my
reassuring
head,
that
I
in this
categorized
darkest
that
moment
one
of
as, quote,
uncertainty,
the one
he
where
would
Stanley
be right.
dies, which is
The bucket
accurate
is here
but
for you,
not
Stanley.
helpful.
Everything
dies in a
will
lot
be
of the
fine.
endings.
Almost all of them.
Almost all of the endings. he
Where do we
dies.
not die? We don't die.
We don't die in like the press conference ending.
We don't die in the press conference. We don't die in the good
We don't die in the
ending.
good ending,
We don't die in the broom closet ending. Well,
which isn't really an ending.
although even that's
It's more of an Easter egg than an ending.
Stanley doesn't die in the broom closet ending.
Stanley and the bucket walked
That's true.
straight
The player
ahead through
dies,
the large door that
canonically.
read Mind Control Facility.
Are there any ones on the... We don't die in the game's ending. We're probably about to, but we don't actually.
He dies in the one that goes smush.
Which is that one, I think. We definitely die in the stairs ending.
Yep.
God, this game has a lot of endings.
You have a sort of existential death during the apartment ending.
Yeah. You die in the die ending. God.
You die every time you fall off a platform.
Oh, yeah? No! Come on. You can do it. I didn't turn on the lights.
But just as Stanley was about to proceed further
I
into the
can't
mind
see.
control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below. Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall. Now, what to do next, Stanley wondered. Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here. So they set up a little couch and relaxed. It
Uh-huh.
really wasn't so bad down
There's a
here,
whole new
but
ending.
cold, perhaps.
Yeah, it's the magic of the bucket.
After some time had gone by, they installed a few
Was it
Yes!
something that you
tables as
pursued
well, and a
actively,
sort
or
of
did it just
kitchenette
happen?
that was useful for when the
If
bucket
you
was
just
cleaning
offhandedly
the
mentioned
rooms.
falling to my death, so
But
I
it wasn't
fell.
until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it
Ah.
really started to feel like a home.
This is so
In
nice.
fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind
Maybe
control
watch that
facility at all. He'd never gotten to fully
That's
explore what
that's
was out
the
there.
good ending.
Never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility. This lack of closure began to eat at him.
Oh,
Soon he was dwelling on
Duncan, I
his
found a
regrets,
couch I
and
can
the
sit
state
on.
of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn
Aw.
and neglected the cleaning.
no.
It unsettled
Ah.
the bucket deeply. Stanley wasn't usually like this.
So nice.
The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again,
Nice
but
things
to
don't
no
last in
avail.
this game. I don't know
All
if you
Stanley could
picked
think
up on the
about,
pattern
all he
yet.
could talk
I
about
want them
was
to
going
last.
back, doing it over again.
Also, again, may I
staying on the
redirect to
path.
the stairs as
It
the
was a
ultimate
mistake
proof?
to leave the path. It was a mistake.
That
it was
the
a
good things will
mistake.
never
I need
last.
to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending. This made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably
believe
as
I broke a
possible.
bowl.
Yet Stanley was unconsolable. This isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending. But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually. It's what the bucket
It's like
was
a
counting
metaphor
on.
for life or something.
Oh.
The two of them waited for a very long time.
Oh,
Why
hi.
is this one like
Some-
really sad?
You know how like you sometimes you,
I guess that's it.
you know how like you know, in real life. Sometimes you have a goal that you're like, oh, this is what I'm gonna do with my life, and then you kind of get sidetracked because things come up and get in the way, and then 25 years later, you're still doing that thing, and you're like, well, I guess this is okay.
All
It's
of
not
his
what I
co-workers
originally
were
sought out
gone.
for, but
What could it mean?
I'm doing it. I'm
Stanley
getting
decided
by.
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
But
he
you always
simply
wonder, like,
missed a
what
message.
things be like if I had gotten things
Warmth
done the right,
spread through Stanley's
done
arms.
it the other
With the
way.
bucket in his arms again, he was home.
My stickers on the bucket.
Yep.
Alright. What bucket-based adventures?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
You
But
know it.
Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was.
Can't
How
get on these
insightful the
couches.
bucket turned out to be. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No, he did not.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Anything you say, Bucket.
Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact.
What are you,
He was
gonna
firmly
pursue
convinced
first?
that the bucket had spoken to him.
Oh, you
and
think
he
I'm jumping down?
unthinkingly
Fuck
did
no.
whatever the bucket asked.
No, I'm just wondering what you're gonna pursue first.
Oh.
I'm just asking a question.
Oh.
There's a lot, you know. There's like 3
In
endings
here,
all
said
in
the
this
bucket.
area.
Go into
Yeah,
the
there's.
dark
Hold
room
on.
over here.
So there's.
Stanley once again
I'm not gonna
obeyed
count the art
blindly.
ending. I'm not gonna acknowledge the art ending. I did debate doing that for the April Fool's stream. I didn't want to though. So there's the game's ending, the stairs ending, the fall on the floor like a dead bug ending, and the vent ending. We got those two. And then from here, there's apartment and real person.
Yes.
Hey, Stanley doesn't die in real person, kind of. I gotta go talk to my wife. It's been a minute. Ooh.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone and it will take us back home where we can go about life together.
What?
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Ding dong. Ding dong. Oh, this is so nice. This is so nice and. Hello, Bucket. Oh, okay.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to
Go on.
provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Hi, Bucket. Go back home. Oh, okay.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Back to work.
Here we go. Oh boy.
I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think. It can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
That's not true. It could also transport a granulated solid such as sand or salt. with
Yeah.
Similar efficacy.
It can also hold stickers.
That's true.
Don't listen to the loud man. Back home we go.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know,
I don't
once
like
upon
this.
a time, it was me he took orders from.
Yeah,
Me
remember
he
that
trusted
thing
and
we said,
listened
like,
to.
10
Now
minutes
all
ago?
he cares about is his
None of the
awful
nice things
bucket.
ever last.
This stupid hunk of metal.
I don't like this. Also, where's my bucket?
It's on the behind you.
What?
Oh, it's on the counter.
Oh! God. I just got jump scared by a bucket. Bucket, I think we need to talk about boundaries.
It's sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore.
No, please don't.
From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average
Oh, he's back
hardware
on the
store
couch.
bucket.
He's watching the story.
It's just a
Can
little
we
more,
watch them together?
what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid.
Oh.
Like it would be better
Yay.
at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Here we go.
He's
Oh
so
my
Oh,
God, I was saying, better at carrying water from room to room.
I don't
It's
like
a
this.
bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
To go home to work to home to work to home.
Oh no, I'm having feelings for the bucket. Oh no 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 no! What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do
One
anything it
candle.
asks. What's
I don't
wrong with
like
me?
it
I don't
here.
understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes, the bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
You know, I'm thinking of legally changing my name to the bucket.
Oh god.
Oh no!
Henry, don't do the bucket. It's not illegal,
I
but
actually
also it's
gotta
kind
go-
of just weird.
I gotta go work some overtime, actually.
Yeah.
Narrator, come back.
Ooh.
Or leave. Or leave and never come back. Ah, beans. Hi.
Nope.
Oh, you
not a
got-
bucket.
you got
not
me-
beans, just a
You
bucket.
got me my little glass of water, thanks. It's midnight. It's midnight. Let me go to bed. I got work in the morning.
Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need
You
it.
have it,
Give
man.
it to me now. Give it, or I'll.
I don't want to. Hello? Don't get him scared. You didn't tell me this was a scary game. Oh, that's it? Okay, good. Glad we went through that. I was
All
under
of
the
his coworkers
impression
were
that the
gone.
bucket was
What
supposed
could
to
it
reduce
mean?
my stress and
Stanley
make things
decided
better.
to go to the
Do you
meeting
think
room.
there's anything
Perhaps he had simply missed a
new
memo.
if you like sneak out the window with the bucket?
Come on, bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket
How do I
around.
get out the window?
Stanley
like, use,
clung
like,
the
a
bucket to his
computer.
cheek.
Oh.
Could his
Like, sure.
co-workers really all be gone?
Is this? Oh! Do a little dance. Out we go.
Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear.
Oh, I'm in a box.
We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone.
I don't
now,
wanna be alone
and
with
for the
you
first
anymore.
time, I can reveal to you my true self.
What?
The
Henry
bucket
now
began to
fears the
tell
bucket.
Stanley of its life
I
and
do.
its history, of the countless wars it witnessed,
It touched you
desecrating the
in a
land and
private
lives
place.
of untold numbers of
Listen,
innocent humans.
say what you will
and
about
the
the
bucket's own
relationship I have with the
complicity
narrator.
therein,
It's very
of
complicated.
sadness and regret,
However,
and the many years it spent
he's not
dwelling
trying
on
to
the
isolate
actions
me
it might
from the
have
people
taken
who love
to
me in
curb
my
the
life,
madness and the decay,
because they don't
if
exist.
only it had been stronger.
But the bucket's
Of
trying to
hope and
separate me from the
redemption,
only other
and its
person I
crusade
have.
to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed,
What the hell
and
is
the
he babbling on
bittersweet
about?
reality of time
is
to
the
see
bucket
one's dreams
Joker
and wishes
Persona
met
5?
halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
He screamed.
You're a bucket!
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
Wait, how?
No,
Oh.
What
the
brow?
I don't.
not since the evil wizard Gambhorata first ensnared me in his machinations as payback for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults. I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of... No!
Stanley screamed
Throw
even
me
louder this
when.
time.
This is stupid! You are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we even
we
doing
dropped
this?
200 frames.
As Stanley screamed and
I don't
screamed and
think that's
screamed,
much of a
the
concern
bucket
at the current
revealed its
moment,
true form,
to be fair.
transforming into a mighty beast
I know it's
of
not a big deal
untold
right
power,
now, but it
its
is like
fangs glistening like
3 seconds.
Huh?
Oh god.
Am I dead?
No.
Oh!
God, Stanley, you did it. You saved us from the bucket. Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power. Otherwise, we would have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm speechless. You've demonstrated such bravery here today.
Thanks.
Come, let's restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket.
I'm
nor
sorry,
the dark
narrator.
magic cast away inside of it.
Surely the bucket has to make something
Even now,
better, right?
Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall.
Oh. The bucket has to make something better, right?
The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. Off
You
on
wanna take a
another
picture of
thrilling
us?
adventure
I don't
together.
have anything to take pictures. Oh, wait, yes,
You have a phone?
I do. It's right there. That's right. I brought my phone in because Steve forgot who I was. There you go. How's that? How's that?
She's just sleeping in my arms.
Alright, Duggan. What horrors is the bucket gonna expose us to today?
I mean, do you think? I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of like. I mean, it's probably. I mean, like every ending is different in some ways. The questions are, what do we want to do? It's like, do you think there's anything interesting? Do you think the good ending is different at all?
Stanley
out.
clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered
Whee!
the door on his left.
Whee!
I actually, I wonder if like the crazy ending is different.
Still no one was here.
The
Stanley needed the
insane
bucket's
ending?
warmth and comfort now
Quote,
more
the
than
one
ever.
where Stanley dies.
Perhaps his boss's office was
Yeah,
where
just
he'd
one of
find
them.
answers. Coming to a staircase,
well, which one do you
Stanley
wanna
and
do
the bucket
first?
walked
You're in the driving
upstairs to
seat,
the
man.
boss's office.
You tell me.
Whee!
We're getting crazy.
Oh!
Look, Andrew,
You
look.
found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley
Yay!
figurines. Remember,
Got a Stanley
no
fig-
reward for collecting all of these. Only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done.
I don't believe
You can't
you.
buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So
There
I
is a whole
implore you
other
to
like
savor
ending
each and
associated
every
with
moment
collecting
you'll
all
come
these
across
fucking
one of these
things.
beautiful
Well,
figurines.
I don't know where all of them are or what goes on.
Well,
It's literally something you have to look up. But I,
If we do all the buckets, you've got an assignment.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then, something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all.
I'm glad it stopped talking.
That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these.
No.
He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort.
Oh no.
And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket.
But
It's just a normal, everyday bucket.
No.
Someone else's bucket, perhaps.
It's not.
How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre
He's
hallucinations
gone.
Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, Now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me! The bucket!
Go save my boy.
Could it truly be?
Go.
He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were
Buckets, they're
his.
everywhere.
None of them were his special bucket.
Come to me, Stanley! Find me!
He had to find the bucket. He had to
Why are
return to
all
his
the
old
bucket
friend.
ending
It was the only way to
psychological
truly
horrors?
restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along.
Oh God. It's just.
Painful.
Oh.
Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
I think we just had a heart attack and died.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Hi,
Does she have a
Mariella.
bucket? Does she have a bucket?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and
She
security,
does.
and walked to her place of work.
She's got a bucket.
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how...
Okay, we're back. I also realized I didn't actually have a Twitch window opened up because Chrome was busy shitting itself before you got here.
Oh, that's always sad.
Connection is not private. Okay.
I don't know what the fuck the universe is on about.
Let me in.
anymore.
Oh, this is the website.
Oh, the website.
That's fair. There we
Ryan,
go.
our website isn't secure. You fuck. Fix
Also, I
it.
don't know if you saw the title. It's Still in a Dream, Stan Eater.
I'm still in a dream, Stan Eater.
It's Still in a Dream, Snake Eater. Oh, okay.
I'm not sure I know that.
Oh. Anyway.
How everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter.
I think so.
But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad
Sorry,
of
Tucker, but it's still
confusing
good.
problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity.
Good thing
on
I can play this
everything.
game one-handed.
Heck, yes, she thought to
Hooray.
herself. My life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
Worth it.
It was. It was absolutely worth it.
Just for that last line.
Oh, it's dark. Oh, that. Don't like it. Come on, Bucket. There's no way you can make everything in my
Where
life
are we
worse.
going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him.
You know what, Bucket? I'm gonna provide you a
Stanley
challenge.
clutched the bucket tightly to
I'm gonna
his
give you a
This was
challenge.
not the correct way to the
Make it
meeting
worse.
room.
I fucking
But
dare
Stanley
you.
had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And
go.
here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room?
Nope.
Yes, Stanley thought to himself. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Yes, Stanley thought to himself.
Stanley
No.
took the door on his left to go back to the meeting
Nope.
room.
Come on, Bucket. It's a test.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere
I
else.
promised you
The
would make my
cargo
life
lift, yes.
better.
Go good.
You've done nothing to make my
Now
life
ride
better.
the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley
The
did
only
not
thing
question
I got
why
out
or
of you
how
so
this
far
bucket was speaking
is
to
being
him.
able to make a
It
joke
should
about
have
wanting
alarmed
to
him,
bang
of
the
course, because
narrator.
buckets can't
And I
talk.
could have done that
But
without
Stanley
you.
chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Come on.
Here we go. We're going to the thing. To do a thing.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point."
That's racist.
Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless...
What if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your
so far it's
understanding of what
improved.
is and isn't a bucket.
So far, I'm not being
Please, step in
emotionally
here for a
obliterated.
So far, we haven't had our souls destroyed by morbid suicide.
Oh?
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket.
Okay.
Simple enough, right? This should tell us
I can't
everything
jump,
we'll
so.
ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin.
Oh.
Oh, so what is this? Just like a reverse bucket or a bucket?
Item 1.
It's basically
Is
just a
this
it's basically
a
just a
bucket?
reverse jump.
Incorrect.
What?
It is a hologram of a bucket,
Oh.
not an actual bucket. Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Yes. Oh.
Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 3. Is this a bucket?
No.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
Do you think you get it?
Ah!
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
No. Yay!
This is a tractor and not a bucket. To be honest, I just sort of put this one in here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too much for you. Thank you for not making me look like an idiot. Okay, next one.
This is way better.
Uh-oh.
Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Correct. This is
Oh
a
my
bucket.
god.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
No.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
What does that mean?
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
Oh, I can't get off this platform. No.
Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true.
Everything is a bucket,
Is that
Andrew.
what you think? Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket? You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket?
Yes.
Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to
Are you a
begin with.
bucket?
I'm afraid the bucket is
Oh.
threatening to tear our relationship apart.
Oh.
I can't have that.
Say,
I'm sorry.
sad.
But I'm going to erase all buckets from the
Oh,
game
no!
entirely. Okay, here we go. What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait,
Oh.
was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. My God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets.
Hooray!
Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket.
But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person. All right, here we go.
So do you think if we go back, we can go through the no bucket door?
I don't know.
All of his co-workers
Let's go
were
find
gone.
out.
What
Worst
could
case,
it
so
mean?
no, we do a quick
Stanley
reset.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply
Oh.
missed a memo.
Figurine Finders Committee in the meeting room. I want to go see what that is first.
A good bucket. A strong bucket.
probably
a
nothing.
humble bucket.
It's what
a
it is,
committed
but,
bucket.
you know.
A bucket of culture and distinction. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
We did it, Duncan. The bucket made an ending better.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Oh! Hey! So... We got 1 and 3.
So we got the cargo room.
Oh, yeah.
There's somewhere red and blue.
The doors.
Right, yeah, the red and blue doors.
Nearby a fireplace. If an important person would probably be the boss.
That would be the boss's bathroom, probably.
He has a bathroom?
Yeah, you've been in there.
Was there also a fireplace up there? You know it. I hear you. Warehouse access plan. Produce 1 plank to allow ease of access, past fence, construct bridge. Retrieve Chris's remains from warehouse floor, construct new structurally sound bridge. Ah. I want to go home. Stop kidding yourselves. There will be. Who are you?
There will be a reward finding them all. Feeling very Portal here.
Maybe we are the collectibles. Shut the frick up! What do they want? Data, stock, options, money. Should we make them... What? Ugh. Why do they kind of look like 427? Why floating? How many are there? 6. Can we tell them? Obviously. Do we need contracts for them? No. Potential liability. Well, we know what we forgot. What we don't know yet. Bonus stuff. Oh god, me. Me when? Alright. See? It did mean something after all.
My god.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Oh! Boop. Shitter.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley figs? Or what about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Hell yeah. Money in the morning, money evening, money for breakfast, money Christmas. Oh right, the I'm magazine. I remember now.
Indeed.
There's a fireplace in here. Oh. Hello?
We haven't been here. That's also a terrible picture.
Oh no. Hello? Going up?
Elevator. I don't even know this one.
Going up. Is this a bucket thing or is this just a
I have no idea what this is.
elevator music? It's a long elevator ride. Maybe it's
The
floating.
moon! Streaming.
Oh hey, I know that guy. We have 4 people watching this
Yeah, and most of them aren't us.
Yeah. And also not the other people, because if they were the other people, they'd say something.
Well, they might. Stuff is.
Well,
Fine.
Elevator Ride isn't ending anytime soon, so I can check. Oh, I'm very here. Are we gonna be here forever?
I don't know. I'm pushing a button.
Oh. Wait!
It didn't go anywhere.
Down. Okay, could I please have you look up if there's a point to this elevator? Other than just hearing the narrator hum along to some elevator music. And good old 416.
Just say shit.
Yeah, we're still here.
The elevator will go on forever. Nothing happens.
Okay. It's literally just here as a fun, cute little thing.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once
One
again
of the figures
stunned
trying to be
to discover
Santa,
not an
or is there a
indication of
different,
any
unrelated
human life.
fireplace?
Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's
You'd
warmth
think I
and
just
guts,
remembered
but
things at
Stanley
this
guessed the
point, you
correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket
The bucket.
guiding him?
Oh, I'm not gonna be able to get the
Yes,
quick open
this
with
is
the bucket,
certainly
am
the
I?
most
Ugh.
logical explanation.
Oh! Hi.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic
Figlies.
sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it
Seems
will come to me.
figgly to me.
You think they've attempted to sell that as real merch yet? Because let me tell you, if there's one thing I want in my life, it's a figurine of a depressed office
Stanley
worker.
and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
No dice.
I looked up Stanley purple figurines. I went to shopping and nothing came up.
Sad.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it
I'm
that
so good at
everything
this.
would be fine.
And or such a fucking loser. Take your pick.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Glad we had that talk. Ow!
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These
we have
questions
to look up
raced
how to figure out these
furiously in
doors.
Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control. Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
I will say, one thing I don't like about having the bucket is I feel like we've really been divorced
But
from the
here was
narrator.
the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls
I
labeled
miss
with
when he
emotions.
talked to me directly.
Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Alright,
Oh,
bucket. 2 for 2?
But at the last
You
second,
can do it.
the bucket jumped in and pressed the button
Oh!
to turn on the controls. Stanley
Uh-oh.
gasped in horror.
Oh,
Had this been the
no.
bucket's plan all along? To
Okay, I
take
don't
over
like
the
the bucket
machine and
anymore.
claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when
Correct.
suddenly an image appeared
Huh?
upon the enormous screen.
Oh!
Birds. Silly, silly birds. The control buttons became active again.
Oh, look at that
Stanley
one!
flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all
Look at him.
along?
Look at him go.
Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery.
This looks so doofy.
Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, living through live streams
God, kill it.
of the silliest birds imaginable.
What?
Of
It's a
all the
goose.
possible paths his
Is
life
that a
could
goose?
have
Oh.
taken,
Yeah, it's a
this
goose.
one was surely
Oh,
the
We
best.
played a whole game about it.
And Stanley,
I know it didn't have a title, so it's hard to remember the name of it. But it is, in fact.
Look, he's looking after. No! I want to go back and look at the silly bird.
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had...
Okay.
The embrace of an old friend. A weathered companionship that stands the test of
Alright,
time.
I'm gonna go check.
Stanley clutched the
Cargo
bucket
room.
tightly to his... This was not the
I'm gonna
correct
check the
way to
doors.
the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him,
Check
telling
the
him
doors again
that
real
the
quick.
employee
First of all, to
lounge
see if I
was
can
simply
get
the
to
place
them.
to be.
But
And here it was.
also-
Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind.
also to
bucket
see
was
if
wrong.
after identifying what is and
Stanley
isn't
took
a
the door on
bucket,
his left
I can
to go
go
back
get
to
more
the meeting
endings.
room.
That was
No,
great. I like that
Said
one.
the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go
What's wrong?
somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes.
Oh,
Go there.
my son.
Go to the cargo lift.
Looks like we're gonna lock
Good.
ourselves into vent or death, but that's fine.
You always restart.
That's true.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler and Marines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines.
I
None
like
of
all
us
the
can.
like random images in the background.
I like the stock detective. Alright, Bucket, let's go!
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his
I'm
death,
kind of surprised the
that they
Bucket.
might die in one
Buckets-
another's
no.
arms.
Oh god, help.
How deeply
Kind of
touching.
surprised the figurines have been this, like, friendly to find.
Well, you know.
I don't know, I play video games that are about
The meeting
collectibles,
room.
and I just
Yes,
fucking
that's where
tuck them
everyone
under
would
bosses'
be.
asses.
Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on,
In the
he would never
farthest
be alone
corners.
ever again.
Oh.
The bucket
I think
made
the
Stanley
idea
want
is
to
that
be a
it's supposed
better
to be
man
like
and a better co-worker.
kind
In
of
time,
making fun of
perhaps,
it.
he
Oh.
will
Like,
become both of those. Stanley clutched the bucket
know.
tightly to his... This was not the correct
nothing in
way to
this
the
game
meeting
is
room,
really taken
but Stanley had
unironically.
felt the bucket calling to him, telling him
My
that the
emotions are
employee
taken
lounge was
unironically.
simply the place to be.
Yes.
And here it was. Had
You
the
are
bucket
by
turned
far
out
the
to be
most
correct?
innocent
Was this
and
better
like
than the meeting room?
sincere person
Yes,
who has ever
Stanley
played
thought to
this
himself.
game.
Yes,
I
perhaps it
just
truly
want good
was.
things for
How
everyone.
insightful
Everything
the
But I'm
bucket
starting to
turned
think
out to
that's
be.
never gonna happen.
Unfortunately, you're playing the
No,
wrong game.
Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
All right,
No.
bucket.
Said the
No,
bucket.
said the
Don't go to the
bucket.
meeting
Thank
room.
you,
Go
mate.
somewhere else. The
Bye.
cargo lift, yeah, good.
Yeah.
Time to go to the
Now
red and
ride the
blue
lift all the way to
doors.
the
If
top.
they
There's something up
exist.
there I need you to do.
Listen,
Stanley did
I don't
not
mind
question
playing the
why or
games
how
ending
this
again.
bucket
That was
speaking
fun.
to him.
I liked playing
It should
Rocket
have
League
alarmed
without
him,
cars.
of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley
Especially
chose
once you
not
got the
to think
ability to,
about
like,
this
turbo
obvious
sprint.
fact.
Yeah.
He
like
was
Doom
firmly
sprint.
convinced that
Yeah.
the bucket had spoken to him.
No, I'm
Indeed,
down. I'm down
unthinkingly
to play
did
the games
whatever the
ending
bucket
again if I
asked.
have to. That's fine.
No, stop.
All right,
Look
there we
there
go.
on the wall.
As fun as it was to identify buckets and not buckets.
All of his co-workers were gone.
We've already
What
pretty
could it
well
mean?
squared that one away.
Stanley decided to go to the
Goodbye,
meeting
bucket.
room.
No.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh my god.
Just instinctively,
Duncan.
your arms like sort of like half reach for the bucket, and you're like, no, I can't.
Duncan. He'll talk to me again now that I've put away the
When
bucket.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he
True.
entered the door on his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh
It
man.
was okay.
Oh,
The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too majestic.
I want to
Like a combination of a much smaller version and a much larger version of this exact room. It all made Stanley uncomfortable, and he started to bleed a little.
Oh no.
This made him smile.
Oh, no.
At last, proof that he was human.
I've been waiting
But
for that all
eager
day.
to get back to business, Stanley took the first
Oh.
open door on his
I'm
left.
See, so the bucket does in fact make some endings better. I'm worried it's gonna ruin the confusion ending. Cause existential crisis at the end aside, I think the confusion ending is very fun. I like the sense of camaraderie.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's
But
incredible
if the
he
narrator's
wasn't
not gonna
5
talk to me,
years
I'm not
ago.
gonna have
Well,
that.
you know, it might work. We'll look into it. Let's get these damn figures squared away.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong
Oh my
foot
god,
here.
you're acknowledging me
I'm not your
directly.
enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
You're right.
Someone you've... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Yes.
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yes.
A little
Why,
bit.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something
no buckets,
beautiful.
You don't have any
Look,
buckets. You're
let
fine.
me prove
You're
it.
safe.
You're right.
Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
And you're good.
Now listen
Red
carefully,
and blue
this is
place.
important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Yeah, okay,
Stanley
whatever.
walked up
And
to
there
the
it
figures.
is. The last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley.
Wiggly wiggly.
This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward,
Oh.
and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
I guess I'm gonna go play
Get it?
Rocket League.
You mean getting bucket endings?
I'm gonna go play Rocket League as a palette cleanser.
Perhaps you
It's for your own
misunderstood.
good.
Stanley walked through the
No,
red
that's not
door.
gonna end good for either of us. I'm sorry.
I still don't think we're communicating properly.
No.
Stanley walked through the red door.
I'm sorry.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. broken rooms, exposed developer textures? Is this what you had wanted?
Yes.
Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Trust me, you
don't
didn't
think I
you
put a
didn't
lot
want
of
to
time
see
into
that
that.
one.
You don't know
actually.
what happens in the other
And
room,
in the end,
buddy.
it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing
I would
so
like
far.
you to say you're
Tell you
proud
what,
of me.
Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This
forgot.
already feels
I've already
leaps ahead
forgotten.
of where we were before.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new
5
version.
stars.
Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices?
Yes.
5
Feel
stars.
free to be honest. I'm looking for
trying
some
so
real
hard.
critical feedback here.
5
Aha!
stars.
You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say
even
where the
slap
idea
these
came from,
doors.
except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Did I do better?
Probably not. If I know anything about this game,
No, you still don't know that. Do you think that that actually probably is our total playtime, actually?
probably.
They're calling me a loser. For liking games.
Now, would you say that competitive
5
leaderboard
stars.
helped you feel motivated
Ow.
to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
Wee.
Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the
Baby.
button to move him back to
Indy,
the
no.
right.
Like,
And if he
towards
reaches the fire,
danger.
you
It's
fail.
just
It's a
fire.
very meaningful
It's
game.
just a
All
wall
about
of
the
fire that
desperation
you've
and
created.
tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective?
think,
Be sure to keep notes on
I don't
your
know if this is gonna be
experience.
finale or we'll just shut up. Or we'll have a bonus episode, but I think whenever we decide
You
we've
heartless
run the mile, we
bastard.
should just...
Did you do it
look
because
up
you
the
hate
dialogue
babies or
for the
purely
baby
to
game?
spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely
there's
out
no
of
achievement,
ideas.
so I don't
can't
wanna
think of a single
kill
thing that
myself.
might improve the experience for me.
Talking, we've got
I'm not
5
even going
viewers.
to try.
Yay!
I'm out.
Hello,
I'm
viewers.
done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely
I
valuable.
kind of forgot.
Oh, hey,
how
since
long
my game
this
was so
is.
awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
I'm gonna try to run away. I'm gonna do it.
Aha!
Flee,
Fascinating.
Andrea, flee.
What do you think this game is
Let me out.
about, Stanley?
Let me out!
What's our backstory? What is our
Oh,
motivation?
I'm slower here for some reason.
Well,
Ah,
it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play
Sorry,
as a creepy
Chlortor?
man
Chlortox.
spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must
I
be
don't even
it.
know what the
What a
plot of Firewatch
fascinating
is.
venture into the experience of total
There's just
mental
some
depravity.
weird happenings
So far,
on
I love
while you're
everything about this
watching
game, Stanley.
fires.
And it seems
You've got
there's
a
even
friend
more.
who
Come,
also
let's
is
venture outward and
in a
see what else
tower.
is out there.
And you just, things happen.
Oh, so speaking of the Minecraft door noise, so you remember how last time Steph brought up that Minecraft was in this version of the ending?
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you've seen the Minecraft version of the ending.
I have years ago, yeah.
My favorite part is the narrator builds himself a little Minecraft house.
Yeah, it's like a 1x1 dirt house.
Yeah, it's literally just like 8 blocks of dirt and a door.
Yeah.
And it makes me smile.
Yeah, that's kind of why I wish that it was and it's immediately followed up by Portal.
Yeah. I mean, so this is the second remake, right? That was in the first
like they had
remake.
the deluxe edition, which is like ages out. But then like there was almost like immediately followed up by like
This is Stanley Parable too.
but like yeah, there was.
This is the Stanley Parable too.
I know, but like I think that those were two separate updates. But like this, like the full like sequel, quote unquote, was like like immediately after.
No, it can't be.
I'm gonna run.
Go, Andrew, go.
Go. Oh God, I'm so slow.
It is.
Stanley's
It's an
reeling 'cause he
open
hasn't seen
world
sunlight
game.
in
Good
years.
God, quickly block it off.
Go now.
Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing.
Do you think
that
this-
big open, just
do you think
wandering
this
around, no
character has,
right or wrong
the
directions,
developer
no
has some
path to follow.
disdain
You
for
can just
open
go
world
in any.
games?
I don't think the developer has the same for open world games. I think they're just
heavens
making
we
logical
avoided it.
conclusions.
We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game.
Because
Preferably something
I
with
would.
walls.
Oh, we lost
Something
two
with
viewers, that's
nice,
sad.
big,
I would
insurmountable
believe
walls.
that, you know, an entity that only exists in
Okay.
linear
I
gaming
think
would have a
this will
fear
be
of the
just
open
thing.
world. He's just like me for real.
It's like imagine
Yeah!
imagine having to program like
Wonderful.
thousands of
See,
lines
this
of
is
dialogue
exactly
for
what I
an
have.
editor
Oh,
to interact
God.
with
Just
an
a
open world
nice
game.
big
That would
box
be
for
a
you to run
nightmare.
around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this
wanna
game,
eat this
I will be
grass.
phenomenally impressed.
Why?
Look at it. It looks so yummy.
It looks like
Okay, so what
okay
exactly
grass.
do you do here? Let's see.
I don't
There
usually
are lots
look
of
at grass
cars
and
here in the
think, "Oh, I
back, but
like it."
obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball.
Hell
what
yeah.
fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together.
Is that a
Hooray.
euphemism?
Yes, I think surely
I'd
we must.
gladly.
Okay, Stanley, here's the ball.
See,
Have
I didn't
fun.
need the bucket to make jokes. Oh. Boop. Whee.
Well, you're going. You're going.
I'm not gonna fall down the pit. I want to see if more things
Are
happen.
you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on?
Well, now I
Stanley,
feel
have
bad
a
about
thought.
it.
And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls
Hello?
makes for an even more euphoric
that
sports
euphemism?
experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball.
Oh, maybe it is.
Yes. Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable.
Sir,
More balls.
There he goes.
I'm so glad we went through all this effort to play Rocket League again.
Yeah, if I could like cut it off immediately.
Because I fell.
Oh yeah. Hooray!
Yay.
Are you enjoying this, Stanley? Are you having fun?
Whee.
Is this a real video game?
Yeah.
Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what?
Huh?
It's over.
Oh.
That's right. Your little fun comes to an end.
Oh, no.
This is my game, and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are
That's
nothing.
true.
Yes,
After my
that's what
relationship with
I
the
am.
bucket,
I
I
am
think I need some help with
structure.
that.
I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley.
What?
I'm
Kind of
leaving.
like
See how you'd like it
Oh.
when I'm not around to set the rules.
No, wait, no,
Somehow,
no, no, no,
I
no,
don't
no, no.
think you'll enjoy it as much, but who knows? You're an inventive kid. You'll
I
come
so
up with
am
something.
not.
After all, you're the one who knows best.
I still got my super speed.
Take care.
No,
Stanley.
don't. We can talk about this.
stapled some shit together, and you invented garbage.
Oh. Did he just leave? Wood, nails, rubber bands. With a little ingenuity, I created garbage.
I think it was the part where you're supposed to leave.
Well, at least the surroundings aren't as sad as that time I fell down a pit. I'm gonna go fall down a pit anyway.
I think that's what you're supposed to.
Oh.
You just did it early. Before you got all the fun dialogue of him being angry at you. Like he often is.
Listen, Stanley Parable modding community. Kevin Brighting. Let's talk about this. Let's make the marriage canceling ending happen.
Hold on. What are you doing?
You left, man. I don't know what you expected from me. Oh no. Ugh.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Bro, I would love to come back. Oh! I forgot there was more pit. Oh, I forgot I can't open doors. Gross. Stanley went through the door on the left. See? I can do this. I can narrate myself. I can't. Actually.
Does he live in C? Just hide in a corner.
Perfect. It's scary without him. Actually,
Just hide from the universe.
I was making a joke, but I could put up this screenshot and people would assume I'm playing a horror game. No. I forgot if there's an actual trigger for this to end or if I just walk in circles forever.
I think eventually just kind of rips you out. I don't think there's a specific trigger.
Hello? Oh, wait.
That's
Nope.
just a door.
Crunch, crunch, crunch. It's like the footstep sound they used in Slendy Tubbies.
Slendy Tuppies?
Yeah. It's a game that was released in like 2010. You play as Poe, and you're trying to get 8 balls of tubby custard before evil Tinky Winky gets you. And he has a human face.
Oh no.
Oh right, the light, the light, the light. Oh, home! That's right.
Office.
Oof. Yeah, I called this home. Yikes. Slap, 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 slap. It's... Ooh, 8:05, spicing it up.
We're gonna pay so much overtime, Andrea.
Oh, there we go.
I wonder what he found.
Not much.
If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice.
No.
And if he's learned the heavy cost that
You
comes
know,
with it. He'll understand
so-
soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything
I
up
don't
at
know
the
why I'm
end
being quiet. We've
to
heard
make
this dialogue.
sense out of the chaos and the fear and the
I also
confusion.
didn't need to stay
That's
around
who
for all
I
this. I
am.
realized I just wanted
That
to
is
play
what I
Rocket
mean
League,
to
and then I
this
just got
world.
really absorbed
Oh,
in the rest of
yes.
it.
Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all
Someone
comes
had
to a
once
close,
said that the only
I'll
way
be
to get
back.
good endings in the
the
Stanley
end will be
Parable
here soon.
is to listen
Very
to the
soon.
narrator without questioning anything,
I can wait.
which is fine. I can call that a good ending, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is to disobey him at every opportunity, which I believe would either be the games or the real person ending. And I don't think those are happy endings at all. I guess if you want to count playing football together, it could be a happy ending, but I don't know.
Stanley,
What
I'm
the
sorry,
fuck?
but I have to put a pause
What the
on
fuck?
things. It's those figurines. Those
Oh boy,
Oh.
Andrea.
I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one.
That was like 10
Wasn't
minutes
it just
ago.
the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness?
Yes.
Tell me that I
Yes,
did a good
know
job.
You're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please
throwing it out
indulge me
there.
with one more trip back to the memory zone?
What the
I would love
fuck?
nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
What you looking at there, champ?
Things.
Bones. Berries. Oh, this place. God, I hope this doesn't take a really sad turn like it did last time we were here.
Hello.
Hello?
Out in the woods.
Can we never talk about the skip button? Thank you. Oh, God!
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
Alright.
Well, ain't that some shit? I feel like maybe gears are turning a little bit, and we're starting to pick up that maybe this joke will continue.
Good. Oh, are they gonna go in the order we found them?
Yeah, this is like a
Was the
trip down
second
memory lane.
Stan
This
Marine.
is you
I'll
trying
be
to
honest.
relive
Back
all
then,
the
I had no faith
all
in you
of
to
the
find any
past
of
hour
them,
of my
let
life.
alone
Yeah,
6.
exactly.
But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane,
I can't remember exactly how this
unremarkable
ends. I
ways.
just remember it being kind of silly, and
Good.
it'll be like.
See,
it
here's
could
the thing.
be- It might be the thing that leads us off,
Because
or
sometimes,
that ends us off rather.
sometimes the game decides to not be silly, and it makes me really sad.
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
What is this one? Hey, wait. One of the hints was a fireplace.
Yeah, I guess behind the fireplace is what they meant, but
Oh!
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here in the boss's bathroom. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear
was
in
an
your memory,
hour
but I
ago.
shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
yeah. Nice, sort of.
Let's see.
Was that a
what came
euphemism?
next?
Yeah, 9-6. It's 6-9.
Oh yes,
God.
we found a figley in this pink
No,
room.
we didn't.
Oh, well, I can't actually say I remember
It's a
being
nice
in this
room.
room, but it's here in the memory zone.
No.
So it must have happened.
You can't trick me.
Yeah. Yeah, you remember how
This was
memories
the
work?
5th mini
you know?
Stan, and this one was really something special.
No, it
was
wasn't.
in the warehouse. I remember it so
No, it
clearly.
wasn't.
In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
Man,
Alright.
late 2000s YouTube montages. Let's go. They even captured like the fucking 480p resolution and everything. It's gold. It's the one time the stream isn't losing anything. It looks exactly like that.
I didn't know.
Boy.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time
guess I'll
making
go
that
back and
video,
get that
but it was
pink one.
8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Important memory to go.
Oh,
Oh, well, you've lost the opportunity.
whoops.
You fucked up.
I did. But that wasn't where I picked up the 4th one, so I didn't think it mattered.
You gotta collect them all, Andrea. You gotta get every single
Oh,
one
sorry,
of them.
I got a vent.
You have to be sus.
Stanley, have you ever played Among Us, Stanley?
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red
Yeah, and then
blue
we played
doors.
Rocket League, you
This
remember
memory
that?
is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened
3
more
more pretzels
recently
here,
than
honey.
all the others.
Can I have one?
Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other.
Can you tell me you're
Except
proud
for
of
the
me
other
this
moments
time?
picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
I'm never going through that red door again. Damn it. Hi.
And then there was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment.
That TV has
Nothing
your
left to do but
perspective.
move on
Talking, it's
into
the third.
future.
The one that'll be
Goodbye,
very important
mademoiselle.
later on. Oh. Oh, okay. It's just a fun.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on.
Me
Stop
too.
the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards.
Okay.
We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels. Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the
This is
figurines
about right.
we looked
I
at
do
in
remember
our
this is a
initial
long-
tour
this is
of
a
the
long
memory
bit.
zone,
This bit goes on
is
for a
the
while.
most distinctive
That's
clear
fine,
in
we
my
got a
mind.
while.
Let's keep going. I want more.
So stupid.
And here's
Do I get
where
to watch
made
the
that
video again?
Don't you remember the video we watched? Yes, I love that video.
Andrew's dying for real this time. Are you okay?
Can you hook me up with some more water?
Oh, okay. Don't you collect any affected figurines while I'm
Okay.
I'm using this for a walkthrough.
We already fucked it up.
Also, I'm not gonna lie, I may or may not have actually made several videos in the exact style of that shitty montage video when I was a wee lad. And no, I will not tell you what the topic was or when they were made because you know.
Oh, come on, you can tell me
some
the-
secrets are meant to be buried forever.
Tell me the topic of one.
Nope.
One.
Nope.
One.
Red versus blue. You're welcome, and we'll move on now.
Were you making shit? Were you making AMVs with the rainbow filter?
I was watching Andrea play the Stanley Parable, and that's what we were doing.
Fine, I guess I'll pick up the one in the pink room.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
It is a good room. Yoink. Oh, I'm gonna be so annoyed that the count's fucked up because I missed it the first time.
Yeah, I bet you are. Now you really wish you got them all, didn't you?
Yeah.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting
No.
them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
I do like the way the game is programmed and the way that all the hallways just very seamlessly sort of
It's very
morph
cool.
into the way
If I
that
go
they're
this
supposed to
way.
be.
Oh. Hell. Oh, it's just a wall. I love how I've just routinely started just walking backwards into the dark rooms to make sure they're actually dark rooms.
So you can actually see if you're progressing.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember?
I do.
Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going.
You okay, buddy? You don't talk about it. Maybe.
The answer,
Maybe we
the
don't.
answer in the order of appearance is no and no.
Maybe we don't need that marriage counselor ending. Maybe we need normal counselor ending first.
This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the Figlarines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going.
We can make
what else
more
is there?
memories
What
if we
came
do
before
good things
this?
together. Jesus. Oh. Oh.
We're back here, Andrea.
I don't like that it's all dark and sad. Where's the finite hole? Is that a euphemism?
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then. But time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more. More memories.
Then let's keep going.
Then keep going.
Wait, no, this isn't what I meant, actually. Why is it all pink?
I don't know, Andrea.
Am I gonna die? Oh! We're here.
Oh, yes, the two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
This looks like a trick. I'm gonna go the left door, because it's what you would have wanted. Oh.
Well, that's weird. The two doors don't lead to my office.
Well, they do if
And
you go
before
through them
everything
backwards.
else, there was your office.
I'm hiding. I don't want to be here.
Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office?
No.
There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember.
Hello?
Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy, and I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions, he would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with.
He is.
You know what?
Gold stand.
Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once.
We
and
have
give
those?
Stanley one more run at the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling
There's
the
that time we
story
followed the line
so
together.
very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Hello? Oh. Is this really gonna be our last hurrah? I guess I'll do the story like he wants if he
All of
wants
his
it to be a
co-workers
nice,
were gone.
good memory.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed
I guess.
a memo.
Oh no, the bucket's here. Wait. I guess I'll take the bucket.
Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow. Very lucky indeed.
Stanley clutched the bucket.
To be fair, we
tightly
haven't
to his
actually
chest
gotten the good end
and
of the
entered
bucket,
the
so
door
that's
on
fine.
his left.
Meeting room is
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the
Normal.
bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along?
Yes.
Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the
Alright.
most logical explanation.
So, do you want?
Out of curiosity,
Huh?
go back around to where you found that figure. No. Go back to the area where you found the figurine. Is it there? Okay, there's no figurine. I just thought I'd check. What's up?
Okay. Do you want to look into the epilogue, and we'll end this by getting the epilogue, and then we'll just do a cleanup stream later this week?
Okay.
Does that sound like
Sure.
a good idea?
Sure, man.
Okay. I'll just continue with this book. Hey, wait. Wait, no, that... Hold on. Yes, that's right. We've always gone down, right? right?
Epilogue is an option available on the menus. Hold on. Fuck off with your cookie notice. Holy shit! Can I go back to the thing I'm reading? I hate wiki
Stanley and the
articles.
bucket walked straight ahead
Thousands
through the
and
large door
thousands
that
of
read
invasive ads.
Mind Control Facility.
Epilogue is an option available on the menu
The lights
screen after
rose
completing
on
the
an enormous
figurines
room
ending
packed with television
and
screens.
all of the
What
boot up
horrible
cut
secret did this
scenes.
place hold? Stanley and the bucket
like with our
both
friend?
wondered to themselves.
Our friend the text?
Sure.
Okay.
Pre-memory zone. Clicking on the epilogue will bring you to a desert area similar to the one in the skip button ending. After a little bit, you are taken to the second phase, which is the same as the first phase, but during sunset, you also spawn next to a chair in front of a campfire. Third phase consists of the same map as the first phase, but during a sandstorm, there's chairs stuck in the ground.
So it's basically just boot up the game a bunch of times, is what I'm gathering.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess we can probably save this for a bonus episode, because we only have like 3 other endings to go over, I think.
Okay.
Alright, let's make sure this doesn't make things explode. Also, if we quit to desktop, that'll just cut to black, right? Yes. And if we... Oh yeah, that did probably get our playtime. 8.2 hours is what we got right now.
Hooray.
Is that just gonna... No? Oh, okay.
Davy Redden.
Yay, I don't have to put in a... Oh. Oh, okay, we're doing the brightness again. Oh. They did say they'd bring more sliders.
Until they're friends. Yay! They're friends now.
Wait,
Wait, they're unfriending.
there we go. Well, we don't want them to be too much friends.
Wait, some kind of races? They can only be friends to a certain degree.
Well, if they're too friendly, then what if things happen?
What do you mean? What if things happen?
What if there's
is
a
that
crossbreed cat dog?
is that not okay with you? Are you some kind of old person
I feel like if
who
I had a
thinks that
crossbreed...
interracial marriage is wrong?
I'm just saying, I feel like if I had a crossbreed cat dog, I'd want to kill myself.
Alone in the world, it's a little cat dog.
Could you imagine Hunter, but with the energy of a dog? That'd be the worst.
Can you imagine a dog with the sassy attitude of
Oh,
Hunter?
grossy.
Imagine if Amber acted like Hunter. It'd be a fucking nightmare.
Oh, fuck it. I had a joke. Till the number 5 becomes the number 9. Okay. Ah! That's 9. Is there a more traditional... Oh, which 9 do we want to use? Oh, which 9 do... Duncan, which 9 do you want to use? 9. Until you stop adjusting the slider. Here.
Supposed to be
Aku boinkle. Aku...
scrumptious.
Scrumptious is fun.
I
Aku boinkle.
I'm a big fan of scrumptious.
I'm a fan of Scrumptish because I can say it, but I'll do like that. Okay. Yes. Is the time... Oh. Yes. Yes. Yeah. We're barely getting to know each other.
Help.
Oh, I will. Yes.
There's no. There's
We
no
gotta talk to our
F4.
friend still.
Is that how that works?
I assume so. Hello? Are you still here? What time is it? 9:46.
Okay. I understand what
Does
you're doing.
anyone really truly know? Of course they don't. Nobody knows anything. You and I don't even know each other. We're like strangers. We can get to know each other.
We can become friends.
Tell me about your hobbies besides setting the time. Sure, I've adjusted all the game settings to your specifications, but who hasn't? Just what I do, like a Jay's job. Now the job is over. Oh. That's no time. It's 9:47. Guess some settings are just unsettable. But if I'm being totally honest, the clock doesn't do anything in this game anyway. I know. You won't have me here when the game starts next time. Oh. Video games were meant to be. Guess they stand better together.
Alright, see you later, Andrea.
I don't. I hate it. You can tell I. Yay.
Friendship hugs.
Friendship hugs. You can tell I don't like being alone because of, among other things, the fact
Among us.
among other things, I've reacted so aggressively whenever the game has dared separate me from the narrator. That's maybe the only information I've really learned about you. Well, it's time for me to leave. Still one more setting we need to adjust, but it may take a little time before I'm ready for that. It's not really in my job description, but that's okay. Perhaps you'll see me again if you can find me. Talk soon. Aw. There it is!
Epic log.
Hey, look, the line's there.
Never the end is never the end is never the end is never the end is never the end.
Hello.
Hello. You're just in time for the epilogue.
Many, many years later. Whoa. Oh. Right, the desert.
In the desert, you can't
In the
remember your
timeline
name.
where the
'Cause there
narrator
ain't
is dead.
No one for to say you know me.
I'm doing the same. Oh! Twins!
Twinsies.
Also, did your little how-to, Duncan, did that say if there's anything we actually...
I think you just kind of wait.
Ah. Oh!
Chair. Campfire.
Still don't got this sitting thing down.
I call this one the campfire song. Let's gather around the campfire
gather.
and sing our campfire song.
Stanley can't sing the campfire song.
C-A-P-F-I-R-E-S-O-N-G song. Oh.
Can't believe you're rubbing the fact that you can sing in Stanley's face.
Oh God.
Sand!
We've
Sand
gone from
in my eyes!
We've gone from the campfire episode to the one that were in the pizza.
Sand! Sand in my eyes! I have to get to 8.
Yes.
The third worst place for sand to be.
Music. Ambient music. Emotion.
It's dark.
Drac. It's Drac in here.
Oh, I guess if this is after the skip button, we are still in the memory zone, aren't we? So there's gotta be something somewhere. Maybe.
I mean, there either is or there isn't.
Well, I guess.
You see that hill? You can't go there.
Ah! I found it!
16 times the detail, Andrea.
16 times. 4 times the size of Fallout 4. So I guess if the narrator is dead, the memory zone isn't gonna die with him. Look, it's the Stanley
But
Parable.
the end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, Andrea. It's never the end.
We can't go on figure hunting.
The music is all
I
sad.
don't like this. Hello? Oh,
Slide to the left. Slide to the right.
crisscross.
Chris Rock. What was that?
It's a piece of paper.
Oh my god.
Cookie and I. Hey, you're the one who did this. So many I enjoyed my time with the original Stanley Parable, which underscores how truly disappointed I am with its sequel. Well, the first game team with the end is never the end. It's never the end.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Where the first game teamed with originality, the Stanley Parable 2 is dull, uninspired, and often insulting to its fan base. Rather than expand on what made the first game enjoyable, the sequel veers off into territory nobody asked for. An infinitely deep hole? Who cares? Where are the new endings? What about the enjoyable bits from the Stanley Parable 1, like the adventure line? Instead, we get uninspired side quests collecting figurines. Even this diversion feels incomplete. Collecting all the figurines gives you nothing. You know, Cookie Nine, you do you.
It is.
I have strong opinions about that bucket. Okay.
Do you?
Yeah.
What are your feelings about the bucket, Andrea?
My feelings about the bucket are I think Stanley has a more unhealthy relationship with the bucket than he does with the narrator.
Which is saying something because he's a very unhealthy relationship with the narrator.
Oh, that's not a slide. Stanley Parable developers, no more spin-offs, no more sequels. When the Stanley Parable launched a massive success in 2013, its creators made plans to build the property into an entire franchise, but a disastrous critical and commercial reception to Stanley Parable 2 has prompted the developers to rethink their ambitions, as outlined in a press release they published today.
That is literally like all of the media that has been released in like the last 5 years. It's just like, well, this one was successful, so we tried to turn it into a $50 billion franchise, but the very next thing we did with it literally fucked up everything and got thousands of people fired and also crashed the economy. So we're rethinking things.
It's clear that more Stanley Parable is just not what the fans want, reads the press release. We thought we had a vision for the series that players would be excited about, yet it turns out this could not have been farther from the truth. The press release goes on to promise to, quote, preserve the artistic integrity of the original game, and to, quote, stop assaulting fans with our reckless and insulting creative visions. The word sorry appears more than 25 times in the press release.
Now that's not even remotely accurate to how real intellectual property rights holders treat. The Jim button is back.
Hell yeah! I gotta hit them all.
Good idea.
I gotta hit them all.
Real corporate
Wasn't
media
there only
produce.
one Jim?
Real corporate media companies don't apologize for anything ever.
Jim.
Wouldn't it be nice if one of them just randomly said Stanley?
I would cry.
Or Andrea.
Oh god.
Stanley.
Oh my god, Andrea, it happened.
Stanley.
It knows you.
All you have to do is find the memory zone. Oh, we found it.
It's here.
Stanley.
We found the
I'm
Stanley
gonna
button.
cry. I'm gonna cry.
Don't cry, Andrea. It's a button.
Yeah, and we've established this. I've gotten way too emotionally invested.
Stanley.
No.
Jim.
Do you think it's weird to play this game if your name is Jim? Oh wait, we went in a circle. Fuck.
If your name was Jim or Stanley.
Oh, if the first game would already be a fucking nightmare if your name was Stanley.
You know what those are.
I can collect them all.
You can. Get them all, Andrea. Don't miss a single one. You already have missed a single one because, you know,
Slide.
you're a
whee.
coward. But, at least you got those ones.
Also, just to go on my point earlier, the game has trained me to emotionally respond to being called Stanley. I'm sorry.
You got Pavloved.
I did.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is what I was supposed to do. Fuck.
Computer!
Oh, hi, it's you.
It's nice to see you.
So the narrator knew you? It's terrible to learn that there'll never be another Stanley Parable game. Do you read that developer said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise. What nonsense. Stanley Parable is not sacred. We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Let's run this franchise into the ground. Let's drag it through the mud and back.
Now
People
you're
hate it.
talking like a Disney executive.
Who cares? You see, that was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let it burn. It's not hard. In fact, let me show you. Together, we're gonna make the Stanley Parable. Oh my god! Simple. All we do is change the number of the game's title screen. We also need a really dumb subtitle for the game. Something loud and gaudy. Go ahead. Try combining some random words together and make a new title for our game. Oh.
I was gonna say Liquid Boyfriends, but that's pretty good too.
I mean, is this not how I've been playing the game the entire time?
Stanley Parable in search of boyfriends.
I've been talking about the fact that me and the narrator have been married in other games. You were here for the last episode of It Takes Two. It's absurd. I love it. Time we advance the number of the sequel by one, then we'll pick a new subtitle. Hooray! Hooray! I like it, but I want you to have soon. So yes. So there never found a way to give you the broken achievement, did he? Of course not. I wouldn't expect him to know how. It's been bothering me. Let's fix it. I can get the achievement. It can only spiral in on itself forever. Well, you know what they say. The end is never the end. I'm ready. I'm always ready to play the Stanley Parable. Oh, fuck.
Enter the current time, Andrea.
Was I saying it was 7 earlier? God. Whee! That's a good sound. I love the Stanley Parable.
Hooray. In search of boyfriends.
So,
Judging by how things are looking out here,
content.
we're gonna be looking for. That was a funny transition. Because of the
What car?
delay. Because of the delay, it looked like it just went from the monitor to the
Yeah,
stream.
you get the achievement when you go back to. Yeah, you just hit the switch, right? Should this be the part? Oh, beep beep.
Beep.
Should this be the part where we do like the deep reflection on the game we just played, or?
We could.
Okay, hold on. I know just the spot.
This
All right, deep reflecting time.
all
Got
these
it.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Don't
Stanley
talk to me.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The bucket. I'm talking to the bucket.
But the new content.
That is not a good
When
place to have
Stanley
deep
came to a
reflection.
set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
I'm going.
And Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by
I'm
the employee
going.
lounge first, just
Look
to
at me go.
admire it.
You can't.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to
I'm
business,
going.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Do you know where I'm going?
Yes, I know where you're going.
Okay.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Then I went to vent.
Yeah. That would be very sus.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot.
We've gotten off on so
I'm
many
not
good
your
foots.
enemy, really.
And a lot of bad ones
I
too.
realize that
Arguably
investing your
more
trust
bad
in
foots.
someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
Oh God.
Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have
Good landing.
zero consideration for others?
And I
Are you
splatted
that
against the ground, and
convinced
we
that I
had
want
to do
something
the
bad
reflexive
to
talk
happen to
over my
you?
dead
Why,
body.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
Oh, I believe it.
Let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Come on.
Now listen
Open up.
carefully, this is important.
Open up.
Stanley walked through the red door.
I'm trying.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get
now
somewhere
you're
that
stuck
isn't
on?
here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing
fine.
right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Whoa.
No,
Don't do this ending, please. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I promise. I promise. I promise.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
There we go.
Here.
There is no door.
Yes.
We're just gonna
Oh,
sit
it's
here and we're gonna talk
beautiful,
about what
isn't
we've
it?
learned over the
If we
past 8
just stay
hours.
right here,
Alrighty
right
then.
in this moment,
That
with this
that's not
place,
real. We're not.
Stanley,
It's not here.
I think I feel.
I know it's sad. I was
I
there.
actually feel happy.
That. We don't talk about that. We're just gonna sit here and we're just gonna talk about all the things we learned. Yeah, that's like the first thing we did, right? We looked up what a parable was, and it said that a parable is like a short story that's supposed to be educational.
Yeah, it's supposed to have like some kind of like moral lesson.
I didn't see this part. Did we learn anything?
Did we learn anything?
Did we learn anything besides the fact that I get too emotionally invested into not real computer programs?
Well, we learned that video game design is hard.
We learned that video game design is
because
hard.
you have to, thinking about, choices is you know, it's a whole thing, you know. It's, you know, the story is a story is a story, but a journey is comprised of choices, and it may very well ignore the story entirely.
Yeah.
So, you know.
So
We also learned that you know, when you tell someone to do one thing and they leave two options on the table that are equally accessible, that well, naturally your curiosity gets to you and be like, well, I was told to go this way, so.
well, naturally, most people's curiosity gets to them, and they, take the other choice immediately, unless you're a loser, and go, okay, no, whatever you say, Captain.
Just like Andrea did.
Yeah.
I like that I told you that, like literally the only thing I told you about this game going into it was probably the best way to play the game is to just listen to what the narrator says the first time, then do different choices. And literally on the last choice on the default good ending, you went the other way.
Oh, have you
and
done?
blew yourself up.
The one where, the one where you unplugged the phone. We did. I wasn't very happy about that either. You can watch. I don't know if both the parts are up, but you can at least watch the first part at youtube.com/immaterialgamers.
Yes, the YouTube channel that has the same name as this current
So
Twitch
you
channel
can
that
see
you are watching.
my first run where I fundamentally misunderstood the mind control room and fucked it up.
But yeah, there's VODs of it there of well, mostly Andrea's live reaction to of playing that game, and I'm there to sort of gently guide things along and explain what's going on.
I don't know. Is this art? I think we experienced art.
Well, I mean, by default, you played a video game, therefore you experienced art.
Well,
that's
you know what I mean.
No, I don't know what you mean. I think that what you're doing is you're setting arbitrary limitations and unspoken rules as to what art is or is not. Art is art.
Oh man,
Art can be
really...
good.
Yay!
It can be bad. It can be high art. It can be low art. It can be garbage. It can be beautiful. Art is art. It's a creative expression, however you want to call it.
All right, fine. Rephrasal. I do think at the end of the day we did experience something kind of beautiful. You know.
It was definitely it's definitely a very interesting game.
Like, actually, this might be a weird comparison. Oh, there we go. At the end of the day, it kind of reminds me of Doki Doki Literature Club.
Yeah, it's got that same kind of vibe of like,
the fourth wall will not protect you.
Yeah.
But it's also,
and it's all, you know, it's that sort of like subversive media where it's like it preys upon your expectations of the kind of game that you're playing. You know, it knows that you know certain things and uses that knowledge against you.
Yeah.
To surprise you in interesting ways.
And while Doki Doki used that for horror, the Stanley Parable also used that for horror sometimes.
Yeah, it's more of the Stanley Parable uses it for.
It's a comedy
philosophy,
of horrors? Question mark.
It's a philosophy light edition, you know.
Yeah. And also, like Doki Doki Literature Club, I'm beginning to come on the realization that there is no happy ending, and the only way for everyone involved to be happy is to just close the game in a state when they are. That way they get to just live in their little box where nothing bad happens to anyone and there is not a door behind me. It's just me and the narrator in our space box.
Pivot 180 degrees
Forever.
around.
Do not
pivot 180 degrees around, and it's just fucking like, and it's the scene from Doki Doki where it's just you and Monica. It's just sitting there. It's like, well, that's not what I expected to see here at all.
I can't wait to see which of the 7 billion fan-made narrator designs they try to use. There's so many, and a lot of them are good. I like them. I've been going insane also over the past 3 days, so this has been my outlet for that.
There you go.
This is nice, also. I just like this.
be good to take just a recording of this and make like a screensaver out of it.
Actually, I think I don't know if anyone made a screensaver, but someone did just make like an ASMR video that's literally just an hour of this room.
There you go. Soothing Stanley Parable noises, the video.
In a similar vein, someone made apparently someone in response to demand made an ASMR video of the narrator, to which they themselves were confused because 90% of the time he's not exactly relaxing in his delivery. So their workaround was to just take the actual like proper canon story narration and just loop it for an hour. It's nice. I was there for the first 10 minutes.
Neat.
Yeah, so this is probably not part finale, because we've got a few more loose ends to tie up with the bucket.
Indeed. We'll have to get on that at some point.
Yeah, but this was nice. I'm glad I finally got around to playing it.
Are you on the bucket? Get on the bucket
I
with
don't
new
wanna-
OxyClean bucket.
Yo, did you hear about what happened to the ShamWow guy? Or the Slap Chop guy? It might be the same guy.
Is there like new news about him? Or are you
No,
talking about like just the old lore?
I'm just learning about things that happened like forever
Yeah,
ago.
no, he got fucking he like Hooker like bit his fucking tongue and he
Yeah.
slapped her and went but you know he went to jail and she's like fine or whatever. So it's like that
That's
seems
sad.
kind of fucked up, but all right. Man was just defending himself. I mean, but
Anyway.
yeah, you know, and then we never saw him again. Oh well.
Which is sad. Something.
She did not
something-
love his nuts.
I was gonna say something slap my nuts.
Yes. Slap my nuts. And that's the end of the stream, I guess.
Actually, speaking of nuts, that's a bad segue. I will say though, I am glad that before this stream ended, I was able to get in a joke about banging the narrator that didn't need the bucket as a segue. You guys got the 888? We did!
8.
We did.
Yes, this sort of like... I don't even know if that's like a Markiplier meme or just some random other shit. But
Oh, the 8's from the demo. We need
Is-
to play the demo.
do we?
You don't know about the demo.
I don't know the demo.
Duncan, we could do it the other way around.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, 8 is from the demo. There's just a room with an 8 button in it. And
8.
it's the demo's version of the broom closet.
Okay.
Actually, speaking of the achievements, how many more of those do we have?
Well, you still need to go click the machine.
Yeah,
to get
so I
your
need
achievement.
to pull the lever, play the Stanley Parable for the entire duration of a Tuesday. You guys got the 888. How? Oh, in the boss's office on the keypad, you just hit the 8 button 8 times. So commitment, play the Stanley Parable for the entire duration of a Tuesday. Easy enough. I just gotta cross my fingers and hope my computer doesn't crash. Complete the Stanley Parable in under 4 minutes 22 seconds. We could probably do that on the catch-up stream. Settings World Champion. Set all settings sliders in the menu to all available numbers. Alright, bet. Duncan, you got anything else to say while I'm getting an achievement?
Why are we here? Just to suffer?
Wow.
How could this happen to me? I've made my mistakes. There's nowhere to run. Yes.
I'm glad we had
I don't think
controller
those are
vibration
sliders.
on. Oh, that's probably true. I like getting all my bases covered. Ah, beans.
Oh god! You have to push the button like 300 times!
Oh, wait. Does this count?
Sure. Why not?
Horrifying.
Dun, 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 dun. Fear.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Yeah.
He's getting
This is
quiet.
the story of a man.
He's disappearing. We're running away from
Oh
him.
no!
We're escaping the narrator. And 0 is probably a setting. Don't want to fuck that one up.
Duncan.
He's coming
back.
This is
The story of a man named Stanley.
This
It's an awful lot of time spending on these bars. Hey, don't slide it back up, please, because we don't have that kind of time. There you go.
You say we're not in a rush.
I would like to go to bed at some point. I'm also pretty sure that Jacob's trying to get a hold of me.
Well, he's a loser.
Andrew, you haven't done all those settings yet. You stopped at 5. Okay. Okay, those are not sliders. Is that ever?
Huh.
We've gone through all the.
Oh.
Ah! You fucked up. Oh, there's more. There's more. Subtitle. Back. Oh God, Andrew, stop, please. We're right on field of view.
I know, I was fixing it because I broke it.
And then.
Oh, no. Oh, wait. That didn't start at the top.
Yeah, we have to start at 80. Okay, we're good. What do we got? I think there was one more somewhere. Wasn't there? Was there not? Audio? No. Video? Can you scroll? Is there any scrolling video?
No.
Andrew, I'm scared. I don't.
I'll figure it out later. Anyway, that's it.
Well,
for this
that was
stream.
a great way to spend a fucking time. All right.
Join us whenever we do the 4th part.
We'll never. There's no way to know for sure because you know, we just kind of picked this day at random.
I just really wanted to play the Stanley Parable.
It'll probably be within the next couple of weeks, if I had to guess. But
And honestly, if we like just run out of stuff, because we misjudge how much stuff is left, we could probably just boot up the demo, and then you can do this part.
yeah, you know. But hey, the only way to truly know when we'll do this thing again is to follow us on
Rate,
twitch.tv/immaterialgamers.
comment, and subscribe.
Also, maybe check us out on Twitter.
All right. Have a good night.
Bye bye.